Race number 3 at Shartin on Sunday we'll get to in a second. So before that, make sure you head to the website hkjc.com to check out HK Direct, which will give you a lead into the feature race on Sunday. But also, you'll see there a multimedia showcase. Be racing to win, you'll find there. There's also a little button that says HK Direct. Ed Sadler, and he's talking to one of the KRA's presenters about the 2 Group 1s coming up on Sunday, Skype calls. So listen to Ed if you get 5 or 10 minutes for that. We'll keep moving, though, as far as Sunday's programme is concerned, into the 3rd event, which is the 1600 metre Class 4, with Everest heading them. Visor comes off as he gets up to the 1600 metres, runner-up on the opening day. Ambitious Heart, course winner over the 1400 metres last season. He tries the trip for the first time as well. Hit a home run, Class 5 course and distance winner back in May. Proud Sky up in Class last start win. And My Gifts, who was backing up from last Sunday as well, is on the brink of a class drop.
Unique Happiest is a genuine front runner. Best effort can roll forward, as can Midnight Promise, but Unique Happiest looks like he'll take it up. Now, Industrialist Way is drawn 10. He's not going to stay there, so he might have to surge forward and sit outside of Unique Happiest, which will just you know, increase the tempos to some extent, but it is a long run down that back stretch.
He's going to concentrate on one horse here in the track work. I think one of the leading chances, Ambitious Heart. You can see him doing it nice and quietly here in this particular piece of work. This is on the 5th of September. And you can see moving nicely here with Zach Burton aboard. So he's quite well forward. And this was his next piece just the other day on the 8th of September. So he had 2 gallops within 3 days here. But I thought this one was the better one of the 2. And you can see with the riding boy on this one, got a really good hold on him. Zach's got a feel of him the first gallop. And he's going well there. So just the 2 gallops.
He trialled Carvin Light as well, didn't he, on the grass. But we'll come back to him in a second. Let's start off with Sam Clipperton. He'll be riding Everest.
Sam, you rode Everest last week. He runs again on Sunday. What did you think of that run?
Yeah, I thought it was a great run. He obviously, you know, just as easily could have won as get beat. So he went down fighting. That was over the 1400, and this Sunday he steps up to the 1600, which I don't think is too much of a concern, especially on the quick backup. He's a horse that I think is definitely improved over the off-season, and he should prove hard to beat again.
He's never backed up like this in his career before. How do you think he'll handle it?
As I said, I think it should be fine. He's had a good little foundation there with, you know, he had the one trial before last run, and then which was, like I said, over 1400. So, you know, the quick backup shouldn't affect him. He's a big, strong horse. He looks well. He's in good form, and you know, if we can have a bit of luck in running, just needs to sort of probably get him to settle a little bit better over the 1600. But if he can do that, you know, he should be right there when the whips are cracking.
So far, it's been a good week for you. Nice to get off the mark on Wednesday night with Bojuk.
Yeah, for sure. We're off the mark for the new season now, so that's great. Hopefully we can just keep it rolling into Sunday, and no, it's good. I'm looking forward to the new season.
A reproduction of that, you have to be involved. Not completely convinced about the mile, but the visor off as well.
I think the visor coming off might help him to settle in the run. I actually think he might be hard to beat. I mean, he just kept finding there. Experto Crede couldn't get past him. Just the good acceleration from Good For You was able to wear them both down in the end. But he's had the benefit of a run underneath his belt, and the others are all going in fresh. And that run underneath the belt, I think it's gold at this time of the season.
Yeah, look, he's top of the handicap, isn't he? So that's just the question mark I've got. Is he vulnerable late? But I think I agree with you guys. I think he's a big chance.
I sort of look at this race, and I see him as being probably the one horse in it that could potentially go into Class 3 and be competitive. I mean, he had 9 starts last season for a win and a few placings. So he's still on the rise, whereas the others have sort of been around for a while. Ambitious Heart, probably the other horse in that category.
All right, well, let's talk and look at Ambitious Heart then. This is over the 1650 at Happy Valley.
That's what I like. When he did win his race over 1400 metres at Shartin, he had a really good turn of foot. It was a really good acceleration. He came here to Happy Valley. I don't know if he was totally suited by Happy Valley, but still finished off the race nicely enough. So the 1650 here, back to 1600 Shartin, this doesn't look a problem at all. So, yeah, I think he can beat Everest just at the weights.
Yeah, I like him too. I think he's a great chance. I'm going Everest just because he's had the benefit of a run.
All right. One horse certain to appreciate the mile is Hit a Home Run. 3-time course and distance winner. This isn't one of those occasions, but still a solid effort in defeat. Yeah,
well, the claims there for Matthew Poon, and David Hall had him going reasonably well at the end of last season. Getting on a little bit now, an 8-year-old.
Yeah, he's 8-year-old. He's well rated, and Matthew Poon will take that little bit off him as well. I think this race drops away reasonably quickly. So, look, I'll sneak him in on a place line.
Midnight Promise is one of these horses that left Gary Ung and has gone to Frankie Law. There's, as I said before, you know, these horses that go to Frankie Law, so far there's been a bit of chatter about them, and a lot of them are running well, so I wouldn't be surprised to see him improve as a horse this season.
All right, Proud Sky took a while to get there, but get there he did on his final starts last season. Back up in class, though, here, drops back to the mile.
Yeah, look, I just wonder, he's a Class 5 winner here over 1,800 metres. As you say, it took a while to really hit the line. So back to a mile, I'd rather see him over the 1,800.
Yeah, I prefer, like Paul, the longer distance, but it's worth noting that the horse on his outside is Jay Ponce, and he came out and won really well on opening day, and Proud Sky was able to just sort of fend him off there. But as Paul said, that was 1,800. If this had been 1,800, I would have been interested more on a win line.
All right, OK. But ultimately, Class 4, 1,600 metres, maybe half a dozen chances?
Yeah, it looks that way, but I do like this Ambitious Heart in this. I think he's got probably the best turn of acceleration along with Everest, and Everest has just got to carry the weight, whereas Ambitious Heart doesn't. So that's the Quinella for me, though. 5 to beat 1. Hit a home run. He's 8 years old, but he's at his best. He's well rated, and he's going to get his opportunity with the claim. And Best Effort wasn't running some bad races towards the end of last season, and at a big price he could be won for exotics. But I do see this race dropping away pretty quickly. So I'm gonna just take the chance of Ambitious Heart and just back him outright.
Fair enough. I'll go head-to-head with you, though, Paul. I think Everest, with the benefit of the run underneath the belt, might just be the difference. So I'd be happy to play him straight out. But as Paul said, maybe the moral Quinella place of the day might be the 1 and 5. I'll throw Unique Joyous in between the two. He is a 3-time winner for Joe Moreira. He's won 6 races in his career, and he's back into the class where he's won 4 of them. He'll give away a start, but when he's on song, he's a good horse on his day. Ambitious Heart, for the reasons Paul mentioned, and Proud Sky. The form against the Jay Ponce is good, but it's probably a touch short. So 1, 4, 5, 9.